Hi guys, my name's Anthony and this is crypto for you. Today I'm going to be talking about what's Bitcoin doing right now. So right now Bitcoin is skyrocketing. Why is it doing that? Also I'm going to be talking about the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. So guys, first things I want to show you, just before I tell you guys, look at this all monstrosity. I'm just going to tell you what it is. Just a quick thing. Purple is the support and resistance, the green is trend line, the red is a triangle, and the blue is just the bear flag. So, as I said in the last video, I said either Bitcoin would go in this tension point or this tension point. So, the purple line with the blue line or the red line with the blue line. But Bitcoin just crashed actually to the red line. That was actually one of my possibilities. Bitcoin crashed the red line, but it bounced off. Well, it kind of went below it, but it bounced off this triangle, and now it's just skyrocketing, and it's just passing through. You know, it's cool. Look, if I show you guys all the supports and resistance and bear flags, if it looks weird a little bit, I know, because it kind of is weird to my eyes too, because of all the lines. So let me just show you quickly. So Bitcoin just started going up. It went through this line and this line. It's a double. It went through a double line. So the downwards trend line that was acting as a support and resistance, it just crashed through it, smashed through it. The triangle, it smashed through the bottom. Then it smashed through the top. It smashed actually right at the tension points. You know what's super cool? It's smashing everything right in its tension points. So it smashed the Bitcoin at its tension point, the support, and it smashed through the triangle and the support, and then it smashed through this bear flag, and it's also smashed through, how's it called, this support on the level 6,600. So if we extend this top line of the bear flag, the other side, so Bitcoin is actually approaching the roof of it. So we're gonna be testing that right now, and since we're testing that, that's gonna be it's gonna be hard. At least we're getting back where we were. So remember when Bitcoin crashed here? We're actually back where we started in the 6,000 level, but that's not the big one. The big one is if we zoom out. The big one is on 8,000 level. So we're $2,000 away from the 8,000 level. We are 20% from the 8,000 level. But if we go back close, we see when it started to go up, which was, so we rose 8%. 8%. I think you actually measured by the wick. So we started going 8%. That's actually really good how we went to 8%. So I would have bought Bitcoin somewhere right here, and then I think, so like if we look at the Bollinger Bands right now, the mouth is opening super crazy. So I would figured out that it would be opening here because it started opening right here a little bit, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna go up. And it started going up. Nice bought, and then it kept going up, and now Bitcoin is higher than this velocity bands things. Bitcoin is actually higher than that. That's really good, but what's really bad is if we get a trend reversal. Trend reversal, like I told you guys, and I did some more research, and this is what happens in trend reversal. If it keeps hitting the top of this velocity thing, if it keeps hitting the top of it, it just might like fall. But if it keeps hitting the bottom of this side, it might do a trend reversal and start going up. So that's kinda, so like we're right now gonna keep hitting it. If the mouth keeps opening and we keep hitting it, it's not gonna be that good because it might be another trend reversal. And for now, the mouth is still opening, so it might be still going up. And where I think Bitcoin is gonna go up till is, so if we turn on all these lines, and so where I think Bitcoin is gonna go to is this blue line. So if we zoom out a little and we go into this perspective, I think Bitcoin is starting to go to its stopping point, and that's gonna be the top of this bear flag. that has been going on after Bitcoin broke the bigger one. If we zoom out and we take out the Bollinger Bands, so there was the big one right here. So the big one, you guys can see the big Bollinger Band, the big bear flag, and then here's a smaller bear flag, which I will make it smaller than that. So it broke below this one, and then it broke, and then it started going to another bear flag, which is pretty cool if you say so myself. So like changed lanes, and that one of the lanes was like made it crash. Yeah, so as you guys can see, Bitcoin might be like, is gonna be just like bouncing inside this until like breaks either above it or below it. And for now, if we go check on the RSI and how the RSI is, and how the MACD is doing, so MACD right here. So Bitcoin, it's above, so it's now positive, and since it's positive, that means like it goes up. So you guys can see right here, Bitcoin is positive, so just going up. So when it's positive, we go up. When it's negative, we're gonna go down. And when you guys can see, so let's see how the stochastic RSI is doing on Bitcoin. So the stochastic RSI is on super buy, it was on super buy mode right now. So too much people bought, and now it's gonna go up right now. So I just call it super buy. Not too much people bought, but lots of people bought, so it just went to the big bottom. So the red line means it's gonna, if the red line's underneath the blue line, which is right now we're gonna go up. So that's a really good sign. And if we go to the 1 year chart, it's still a bear flag, the death cross, but so isn't the death cross like we're gonna be falling? But this might be just a fake. This might be just a fake because of the incline, how it crashed, because both of them were going down at the same time. So usually death crosses happen. Well, yeah. So usually death crosses happen when one like the 200-day or the 50-day is going up, and then the other one's going down. Like right here, you guys can see on here too. The golden cross became when the 200-day moving average was going down, and this was going up. So that's kind of weird as they were both going down. So that might not be a death cross after all. Just might be a fake trigger, and it's just gonna reroute itself really fast. So now on to the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. So the S&P 500, take a minute. I'll give you guys a minute. Yes, a minute. I'll draw something. And I'll draw something on the Dow Jones and the S&P 500, and you're gonna have to guess what's in common with them right now. So here's the S&P 500. Well, this is the Dow Jones, and this is the S&P 500. So you can guys see in the corner on top, in this corner, it says S&P 500 index right there. And this is trading view, so I can just update it and I'll be fine. If I go down, trading view right there, trading view says tradingview.com. I'm not cheating, not anything, but if you look at this, okay, take a minute, remember this chart. And now let me go to Dow Jones. This is Dow Jones, as you guys can see. Take a minute on the chart. Now look at this chart. Now look at this chart. And they're just different charts. This is Dow Jones. This is S&P 500. Did you guess it? If you guessed it, that's really good. Because they're almost completely identical. They're completely identical. Like, Bitcoin crashed, then it went up a little, and now there's like a gap here. And if you go here, Bitcoin crashed, and it went up a little, now there's a gap here. 2 candles there, 2 candles right here. It's like, they're just like identical, but they're like different stocks. Like I told you before, the S&P 500 is 50 major companies working together. The Dow Jones is the 30 major companies working together. So I want to tell about what I think is going to happen if it goes up or if it goes down. So S&P 500 is going in a downwards trending channel, as I guided you here, and it's opening. Same with the Dow Jones. So if we go to the MACD right here, and we look at this, and the green is falling, and soon it's gonna be going into the negative zone, and that means we're gonna crash. Next thing I want to show you is this, the S&P 500, but it doesn't matter because they're probably practically the same. If you look at the Bollinger Bands, the Bollinger Bands are actually starting to close, and I think they're actually a trend reversal. So as I told you so if you rewind a little, I told you how it keeps, if it keeps pushing against, it might do a trend reversal. That's what's happening here. It tried to push against these velocity candles, like what happened here. It's like a trampoline. It keeps bouncing, bounce. It flies up in the sky, bounce, falls. But I don't get how bounces upside down. Gravity doesn't work like that. Let's go. So if we go to the Dow Jones right here. If we go to the Dow Jones and we type in the Bollinger Bands, right here, same thing happening. It's like completely identical. Bollinger Bands here, Bollinger Bands here. Okay, the creator of TradingView probably just made them identical, or I don't know what's happening, because they're like completely identical. All the charts are identical. Every single candle is identical in the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. So if we zoom out, let's see if this is identical. How far does it go back to being identical? So the Dow Jones here, Dow Jones here. Well, they're not really identical there, but the crash, ever since the crash, they were identical. So I think they're gonna crash. I think both the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 are gonna crash, and I think they're gonna crash till the 2188 because of the trend reversal and the MACD that I guys showed you. And also, if we go and zoom out, and we're gonna go into the place where I think it's gonna go to, which is the 2188, and we go check here. So Bitcoin was struggling in the support and resistance a lot. This is the S&P 500, so it was struggling in really a lot. So it was struggling with this a lot. As you guys can see here, it tried to break below it here, and it tried to break above it here, but finally did, and tried to break above it here. It's like took it so long to break above it. Like we were like battling this support. That's why if we go back here and all the way back here, we show you guys, and let me draw this line again. So it's like I made it extend now. So if we go that way, minimum is we're gonna come there, well, today, and maximum is we're gonna come to this place when April 27th, 24th, somewhere there. So we're gonna come there, and so Bitcoin will just be bouncing around, but we're actually crashing right now as we speak. So the Dow Jones, the same thing's happening. If I draw a trend line in the whatever it's called, in the lowest highs, and we go to here, the back, it was struggling with it all the time, and we tried to break above it here, and then it got pushed back a lot. So let me take off the Bollinger Bands, and then it tried to shoot through, and it was touched as support, touched as resistance here. So as you guys can see, if they're both gonna crash by the end of the 24th, they're probably gonna be here. But if they go up, which is mostly unlikely, it's the Dow Jones is gonna go to the 23,000 level because of this line right here. So if we go back like a year or something, let's rewind. If we go back here, and you guys can see, so Bitcoin tried to break it right here. So this is the Dow Jones, by the way. So if it goes up, this acts as really good support. So if it breaks above, we're just like if we throw a ball to the roof. So it's like so if that happens, we're just gonna like bounce it off, like when you ever try super hard throwing the bouncy ball on the floor and it just flies into the roof, but it just falls to the ground. and it doesn't have that much energy. So if I throw it to the roof, it just bounces off because the bouncy ball is bouncy and it just bounces off the roof. That's what's might have Bitcoin, I mean Dow Jones, if it's gonna go up, which is mostly unlikely because it will have to battle through the resistance in the 25,000 level. Same with the S&P 500. There is a zone right here. Oh, right here. See, guys, the zone that it tried to go. Tried to break above it here, and then it crashed a little. But then it broke above it and kept acting as support, and we're just like if it goes above, if it's gonna go up, which is mostly unlikely because it's gonna have to go over this bear flag, it is just gonna bounce off like a bouncy ball. So guys, okay guys, so I think that's it. Slap that like button down below. Let's go to 20 likes. I almost said 20k likes. Oh man, that's too much. Subscribe. Slap that bell. You'll never miss another video. If you did, I hope I see you guys in the next video, which I probably will. See you guys in the next video. Bye!